I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people.
All right.
You dreamt of utopia.
Where were we?
You saw the tribes united as one.
We streamed Saturday. We got through that first dungeon. We fought the necromancer.
That dream died long ago.
Oh man,
You should have done the same.
I should have really listened back to my my stream today at work. I am so lost where we were.
Your
I'm sure we'll
kingdom
figure it out. We'll pick up where we
perish
left off. But
alongside
yeah, game's going pretty good so far. It's good playing. I'm still surprised how long that first dungeon was. Holy cow. Never played a Persona before. Got talking to one of the guys at work. He always recommends that I play Persona 5. Said Persona 3 Reload is basically like trying to go up through a tower the entire time.
Killed in his own bed.
It's pretty neat too.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the
crown. It's been a long day at work. I'm gonna try to get the stream started at 5.
Thus
I'm gonna
vulnerable,
try to do
an
that
invasion
going
might
forward.
undo us.
It seems like there's a little bit bigger viewing pool. It may even come to civil war. And
In dark times, we must stand
I'm
together.
trying to go to bed just earlier. You
Your
know?
Eminence.
Who could do
It's
this?
been hard just getting an 8 hours.
Few could even enter the
sleep in.
king's
I've
chambers,
been really
let
trying to go to
alone draw
bed
close.
at 9 and get up at 5.
And yet, His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any
It's been a
blade.
struggle.
With all
For
the
a long
royal
time, I was on a
bloodline's
really
magic,
good
who
routine,
could
and
harm
then
him at
recently it
all?
just it got all messed
Shadows stir in the
up. I'm laying
castle
awake
just as
till
they
11
did with the
o'clock.
prince.
Can't sleep.
What
But,
hellbound soul could end a royal life?
Yeah.
Who would
I'm
dare
gonna get the
such
stream
atrocity?
going from 5 to 8. I think it'll be. I think that's a pretty good time period to do it.
A shame
do it the
to
same
die
days,
with no
Tuesday,
heirs.
Thursday, Saturday.
The prince was taken too soon.
Maybe not
And only a
every
king may
Saturday if
wield
there's
the
something
royal
going
scepter.
on, might
The
not
very
be able to make
crux
it
of
on
his
one of
vaunted
the
bloodline's
Saturdays.
magic, which made such a fine
But yeah,
deterrent to
looking forward to this. After we get
One
done
has to
streaming
ask.
this game, we'll be streaming
dead.
Assassin's Creed
Who
Shadows.
shall take the throne?
We got about a month to finish that game, and then I am so stoked for Expedition 33. I cannot wait to play that game. I feel like Expedition 33 is gonna just
War
be.
is on the horizon.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those like
Before
game
they
of the year kind of
command
games.
that I
I'm
dry
trying
my
not to get
pen,
too hyped.
I must
I'm really
finish
trying my
final
best not
work.
to get too hyped for
It
it.
is a tale of hope
But
that may yet salvage
really
this
am.
world.
I really am stoked about it.
It isn't
I finished
right.
writing. I think I
This
finished
idea
writing
of
my
foreigners
first script
has only ever been a tool against the
for
foreign.
a YouTube video on the
If
very
we could end
first
such
RPG
prejudice,
I ever
surely
played.
war would be next to fate.
And yeah, I'm probably gonna record
We would be
it maybe
free
this
to
weekend.
travel to
I'm gonna
far-flung
try to set
lands.
some time aside. I'm gonna get it recorded.
The
I do have
reality
some
is,
gameplay
we
footage
are
of it.
riddled with anxiety.
Recorded so far.
We fight,
I do
we
gotta
oppress,
probably play it
and magic is but a
a
tool
little
of
bit
war.
further. I definitely want to get some scenes
Our
of the
world
ending.
could be better. Can we not
Maybe
dream
not
such
the
dreams?
ending, but I do want to get some scenes recorded where you're fighting. You know, a lot of times you'll watch these YouTube
In
videos,
such a world,
game
they
reviews and
need no
stuff,
sorcery.
and
A megapolis is
you can
built
usually
through
tell that
learning and
they've
skilled
popped
labor.
the game in and done a game recording of the first like 30 minutes to an
Glass
hour of the
spires
game or
reach
whatnot.
the heavens.
I
Safe
don't
nights
wanna
with
do
no
that.
dark shadows.
I
Streets
mean, I am
well
gonna
traveled.
I have some gameplay from chapter 2 of the game.
And in the laws of these
captured
emotionally
already.
satisfied people, it
But,
reads, all
I just want
lives
different
are
footage
equal.
in there, you know, maybe some of like the later
I know.
bosses that you
Just a
fight,
daydream.
some of the later
Castle on a
encounters,
cloud.
just something a little different to spice it up. But I did finish that
Yet
script,
I have faith,
and
I believe
yeah,
that
looking
fiction
forward
can
to
become hope,
recording that over the weekend.
wielded by a
I do
worthy
want to do a game
avatar.
review maybe of Metaphor.
I
Maybe
believe
I'll
a
do, like,
hero will stand
in
true
chunks.
and change the world.
I don't know, or maybe I'll just do one all the way at the end.
After
I'll kind of
all,
reflect
this
back
world
on
need
these
not
past
stay like
streams.
this
They're all
forever.
getting saved to YouTube anyhow, so
The will to
I'll
believe in
kind of
something
reflect
beyond
back
us.
on them.
Indeed,
I'll listen
that
to them at work,
is what we call
and just to kind of get the memory jogged of things that happened and things that I really liked, things that maybe I disliked, and Yeah, I'll try to get a script written out for that too when we finish this game. But yeah, if you pop into the channel, don't be afraid to chat. I'd love to chat with you all. But yeah, let's get into it. See where we were at. Alright, so we're 11 and a half hours into this game so far.
Say there.
What's going on, chat?
All right then.
Let's see, where were we here? I don't really remember our next objective, what we were supposed to go do. We kind of beat the necromancer and kind of just had to save and shut the stream down at that point. We were getting right at the end of the 3-hour mark. I was lucky to kind of end it where we did, beating him and getting through that dungeon finally. But yeah, I'm assuming we're probably gonna do some town stuff. We're probably gonna raise our virtues. I did hear that we should be getting a new archetype soon, which is the gunner, maybe? So, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe a new character will join our party.
Say there. That reminds me.
I didn't use this followers thing before. I wonder if that's new. Okay, I guess we can go chat with her.
Ah, 'tis you.
Oh, it just kind of like warps you right to them. Ah, 'tis you. I know there's little left to do, but wait. Yet that has me more restless than anything.
Hail.
Ah, that's right. Have you a moment to talk?
The truth is,
Lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hope I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me?
I
Read a
see.
book. A book, eh? The mind does tend to clear when we're fully absorbed in something. Though myself, I've always preferred the sword to the page. Care to join me in a round of swordplay training? Your technique is self-taught, I presume. This seems a fine opportunity to start you on some formal training. Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapon shop with us. So we got a little side quest, it looks like.
All right.
A fine balanced weapon, no? Just for training only. But you'd never know it from the grip and swing. 'Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I'd just become a royal guardswoman myself. It was not long after joining that I was assigned to the prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger even than you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night, I would slip past our commander's watch, join a comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were calloused and blistered.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost, yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was the better.
Well.
Sounds like a worthy opponent. Nothing less. It was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
God above, Hulkenberg. Is it truly you? So it is you. You've returned.
Rotanth?
What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the selfsome man. And who is this pup? Pup,
Nice to meet you.
I'm Rice. I see. You truly have changed, Hulkenberg. What do you mean? I mean, I'm taken aback. You indulged the company of this elder brat. You, once a proud member of the knighthood. Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose, like attracts like, the dirt suits a fallen knight.
You!
What? Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within his bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly you've already given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal guard was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. How dare! Choose your words with care. No need. I have nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg. I'm gonna check the audio
Sorry.
really quick. Yep. Alright, looks like everything's good. The other day we had an issue where the game audio was not on for quite a long time. My apologies. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Listen,
Are you okay, Hulkenberg? This is kind to ask. I do understand his anger. 'Twas by my choice that our promised paths diverged after all. But we cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. Rice, let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That is the path I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust. Nice.
I have not the
Rank
luxury
2.
of regret. That's a hard one to choose. Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. I mean, he is kind of like the party's healer. I mean, that's what I'm using him for anyway. I don't know if he'll stay the party's healer the whole game. Reduces the mag cost of studying the knight lineage. We're gonna do guard duty.
Pardon me.
Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fella who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. Well, See you around.
Very well.
Let us leave our training for another
Yes.
time. 100 drills or 1,000 swings. 'Twill take an unsparring regimen indeed to purge this distraction. Hulkenberg and I returned to the others. All right, so that's good.
What is it? Amazing. All right then. What is
That reminds me.
What is it?
Oh, I can't talk to anybody else. They're probably gonna make me go to bed, right? Because I use like my daytime activity to do that with Hulkenberg.
That reminds me.
Yeah,
Fancy a bit of info?
I think we can buy some info. Oh no, we have it all. Okay.
Amazing. What is it?
Yeah.
We always get a flood of guests at night. Looks like it's going to be another hectic one. If you're free, could you lend me a hand with preparing food? If you'd like to help out, feel free to use the kitchen as you please, and if you have the ingredients, I can show you how to make red grass roasted beetle. If I help Fabian prepare food, my tolerance should improve. Let's see if we can do something
Amazing,
else, because for the magic igniter lady, I think we needed to get
It's time.
something else up.
Say there.
The announcement is tomorrow.
What is it? God, I am grateful.
I think it was maybe imagination, persuasion, or one of them. I don't have them memorized yet. Sorry.
Wouldn't have left me, I believe.
Give me the food, I say.
Boy there. Ridiculous.
Stop that one.
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
Back again.
What did I need? If I had a little more wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, looks like I have enough wisdom.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brigitte. I run this shop and manage trade of magic igniters. This is your first time in Grand Trat, you mentioned. Then, what do you think of magic igniters?
I suppose they make some things easier?
Aha! Situationally easier, but not broadly useful, eh? You have a good grasp of it then. All right, next. Are you good at keeping secrets?
That's
I'm
a
afraid
secret.
that's a secret.
Are you trying to be funny? At least you're not short on nerve. Then, I have one last question. Do you believe in God?
How do I answer that one? This game would drive my friend Nick nuts with all the different questions that it asks. You'd have to have like a different save file for every question.
Not the one everyone else does. I have my own beliefs.
In other words, not the god of sanctism. Well, that's enough for me. Yes. I think there's potential in you. I'd like to ask you to handle an extermination mission. You're fit for the task. The fact is, Our trade route for Ignitus has been, shall we say, compromised. A local monster's apparently made the place its feeding grounds. Evidence suggests its actual nest is near the place I personally checked out. I want you to go there, find it, and exterminate it.
Wait, hold on just a moment. You're asking us to handle something so important? Is that even okay?
I'm asking you precisely because it's so important. There are reasons I'd rather not bring this to the guard. I usually prefer discretion with these sorts of things anyway. Especially with groups like them. But if Grius trusts you, then I certainly can.
How are you connected with Grius?
I hardly think that bears discussion right now.
What do you think? It does seem like she could use the help, but...
You will be compensated, of course, and generously. There's also the option of discounts on my stock, if that appeals. Additionally, rumor has it there's even treasure to be found at the monster nest. I'd say the potential rewards are a fair match for the risk.
It's a strange request, but someone connected to Grius probably wouldn't try this. Doesn't seem like a bad deal between the compensation and treasure.
I hope you've no objections to the job.
Understood.
Right. Let's do it.
Thank you.
I think I have something to do tomorrow, though.
You're bound for Belega Corridor. It's only a short distance away from here.
This one's important.
A bullish embargo. I need to slay Guptoros in Belega Corridor. The information in Grand Trad, who's usually at the Hushed Honeybee Inn on Sunshade Row, should have more details. No deadline.
It's here. Just think of the goodies that might be hiding inside.
Hell yeah. I'm down, Gallica. Let's go. Alright, a derelict mansion which once belonged to a prosperous noble family who rivaled even the royal monarchs.
Let's see here.
If you don't have a way there, I'll lend you my carriage. Not the kind of trip you'll want to make on foot. You can leave the city through the large gate south of the central street. Don't die out there now.
Yeah, we'll be golden. Alright, so now we gotta go talk to that informant.
Alright then.
Let's go!
On Sunshade Row.
What to do?
Oh, I am grateful.
What is it?
Say there.
I really like the sword riding.
What is it?
Amazing. Fancy a bit of info?
Ox Demon of Belega Corridor.
Want in on this?
However, word has it that deep within the grotesque Guptoros, a gigantic two-legged beast brandishing an axe, it's quite famous amongst adventurers. It hates anyone who uses a staff or a mace, and it'll go berserk if it sees one. Watch out if it starts to build up strength. The next hit could kill you straight off. So no staffs, no mace. That said, if you time your attacks well, you can knock it out of its stance and halt its attack. I recommend swift pierce attacks with a spear of some sort. It's weak
Just
to them.
between us.
If you can't, then you ought to simply guard. Defending won't help you escape, but you may just be able to survive the onslaught. Finally, there's a lot of go-borns out there. those behave more or less the same. If you want to fight them off, use swords and spears. When he says staves or maces, does he mean mage and healer? Guess we should switch it up to be safe. Just to warn you, it's full of monsters that make the ones in Grand Cathedral pale in comparison. If you go, make sure you're mentally prepared for what you'll face. That's all I can offer you for now. Should you survive, do return. If you've got the coin, I'll have the information for you. I received a scrap piece of paper inscribed with all that information. Beautiful. Alright, so I don't think we have to do that right now, though. I think we have to do some kind of a night mission.
All right then.
Maybe we should go talk to more. Switch our stuff around.
God, I am grateful.
Now, where was I?
Go to Academia.
Ah, how good of you to come. I'm counting on you.
When are we gonna learn the gunner? Hopefully soon. Maybe we should advance the story a little further to see if we can learn the gunner before
You'll come again, won't
we
you?
go to that mansion. Because it sounds like that might be an archetype that we'd want to use, right? And then we would have the Seeker, we'd have the Warrior, and we'd have the Gunner. Then we could just buy up a bunch of like healing potions and stuff to replace the healer. I think that might be a good idea. I wonder, is there anything else to do?
All right then.
I don't see any more exclamation marks.
Hey, listen.
What now?
Not skill. Not party. Calendar. Prevent the day of calamity. We did that. Okay. End of mourning period. Day of calamity. Sanctus announcements.
So, we meet.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's get some more tolerance.
I see.
Might as well. I mean, what are we gonna do? Just sleep? Let's all get some tolerance. Long ago, God's messengers ruled over existence. When they perished, they conferred a holy relic onto the world. This holy relic exists to this day and has been passed down for generations. Within our tribe is a divine object that represents God himself. We believe that only they who wield the divine relic, the instrument of God,
can truly receive the authentic teachings. One of our teachings tells us to devote our entire being to what we hold most dear. Even now, it's the core tenet our priestess strives to embody.
All right.
My tolerance for religion grows.
Pleased to hear it.
I believe I've told you all I can, but we Mustari live all over, hiding out in various places. If you're interested, you might try lending an ear to those other Mustari. Sorry, I can't get comfortable, so I keep kind of moving around. Hearing all that was intriguing. It's about time to head back to the inn.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king.
Who's going to end up the new king?
This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running.
Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat.
We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
That was poor
So,
Grius.
literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp.
Everybody's
Anyone
gonna want
in
to be
the
king
land
now.
could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alces in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
Is that a problem?
Luis is second in the standings. Any strikes against him would be likewise disrupted. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there.
Fabian is going to join our party.
She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her, try to stay calm.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
You're kidding!
We don't even have any idea where she might have gone either, huh?
All right, then.
I guess we'll look right around here first, right?
Ridiculous. I'm just incredulous. This is all right.
Hey, mister!
I bet the next king's gonna... Oh, I gotta turn auto off. You better run away, Elda. They're gonna kill you. Thanks, kid. How dare they mock me? Every last one of them. Oxy lousy, no good, rotten, son of a goddamned. If I had an igniter, I'd... He seems a little unhappy.
I'm in it.
You ask me, what a warrior needs most is agility and luck. First is agility, not only to beat your enemy to the punch, but also for escaping when you need to. And luck, to put it bluntly, that's all that matters in the end. Co-works who lack courage, they don't know how to go out honorably. Tell you that. Even getting paid, what's a matter of luck in it? Just a theory of mine. Well, feel free to take it to heart.
Hey, listen. Don't hold this. Hey!
Could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa, and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral? Uh-oh. Let's hope not.
All right,
the Grand Cathedral. Is that where I'm headed?
Let's go.
Audio mix is better. Great, good to hear. I actually just played with it a little bit too. What's going on? You like my voices?
Let's not.
So foolish, it arouses great pity.
What should I do?
What's going on?
Well then, if you say you have...
This is all right.
Wind up here. Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked. I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. Maybe Maria will join our party.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? Is it my fault?
Did we really?
I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
It's our fault.
What? How? You?
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
Ooh, I can't believe that her father died, and I thought she already knew. I guess she didn't.
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Or we can go fight stuff at that mansion.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Try to calm your mind.
Try to calm your mind. Don't be so tense.
Fair enough. I suppose if I've any real weaknesses, it's that I don't know how to relax. That book. Is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we finally some room to breathe. Interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the King's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. Think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king
Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. See, we got a couple viewers hanging around.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne.
We call
Our
it
aspirants
Game
will set
of
out on a grand tour
Thrones.
of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the exhibition of the brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win.
No, that sounds
Official
fun.
word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch or in it to win?
We're in it to win it.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy, and the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan and then can take action. As an Elda, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here. I don't know, what do we think in the chat? I'll let you guys answer. Guys, let me know. Alright, I'm leaning towards we enter the tournament for the throne. Give me like 3 more seconds.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
I actually enjoy the back seating, so if you guys ever want to chime in, you let me know.
Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Alright. Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
What do you guys say? Sorry if you guys want to stay quiet in the chat. If it's for Maria, I think that's probably the right move.
If it's for Maria's sake.
I see.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh.
Rice is a man of honor.
So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Alright, I have Grius's journal.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
I can't say that. That just makes it feel like I don't believe in myself. I can't say I hadn't thought of that. It's kind of crossed my mind, like, in real life as I'm playing through the game. I'm like, oh, I wonder if my main character's gonna end up king.
That was the plan from the start.
Now I can sound a little arrogant instead, I guess.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
That's right.
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
What a dick.
That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you.
Yeah, maybe I'm a
You're
fast
obligated
runner.
to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Maybe
Some
it could be
postings over
that
there.
monster from
They
the
should be offering
mansion.
bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Because we did take that side quest already. And she actually offered a
Looks
carriage
like everyone
to
else
go.
had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster builds have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin, you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
To stop his evil deeds. We don't need to win. Maybe he has a big head. Let me know in the chat. Hank Hill.
to stop his evil deeds. That's where I'm leaning towards that.
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry. I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. Ooh. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We would never laugh. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. I'll give you a few seconds here. I definitely want people to backseat and chat a little bit. I know we got a couple viewers in here. Nobody wants to chat. I'm leaning towards we would never laugh.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Alright, maybe we'll actually get to fight somebody this stream. We've been going for what, like an hour or something so far?
Really? All right then.
Am I going the wrong way?
Really?
What's going on here?
Wait!
Oh, I haven't accepted? Okay.
Oi, oi!
Oh, what's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me you were actually thinking of participating in the Tournament of the Throne. Oh, the audacity of youth. That's Rich, a mere fledgling, with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick to my stomach.
No, thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Lewis dare to. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. Okay. I don't think he He believes in me.
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm so confused. At this window? Okay. You're an odd one, all right. Either that, or you're just green. Head to Martira. Martira? You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
All right, the old Castletown kidnapper. I need to find and bring in Heisme, a notorious criminal tied to a series of kidnappings in Martira. Despite his bounty, he has evaded capture, and his true identity remains a mystery. $100,000 reward and increases courage. All right. It's a significant amount of money considering we only have about a quarter of that right now. You can accept the bounty requests at the recruitment center. These targets are very powerful, but you'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are added over time, so don't forget to check back.
Let's call it.
Okay. Alright, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now. So we got like 2 quests to do right now. I don't know if we're going to be strong enough to go after that one guy.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
No, she doesn't.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order.
What?
Oh, 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight. Let's rest.
All right. I agree with that statement. I can faintly hear the hustle and bustle of the city from beyond the closed shutters. Okay, there's the bed. The bed is simple but clean and has an aroma that reminds me of a clear, sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
Can I come in?
Maria, trying to sleep.
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Poor kid.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's
Sure
what you're all
was.
doing too, isn't it?
We're not gonna
Please
end up
come back
like
home safe.
like
I'll be waiting
Griea
here as long as
Stark,
it
though.
takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Maria is waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visit.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
I'm leaning towards you truly are devoted to him.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do. And I'm kind of confused why she's calling me captain, because in that opening scene, I mean, she was badass. I mean, she should be in charge, really. She killed it right there. I don't even think I'd be alive, actually, if it wasn't for her kind of laying down the sword the way she did.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Juna!
Lady Juna!
I don't think we've met her yet. Lady Juna?
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may
I guess we're playing a musical now.
one and all born to this land. As
I'm not
here
opposed.
we
This is pretty
stand, let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, blue and white. Faraway sky so clear. Let life be a let my wish echo. What's soul far beyond the shore.
Wow. I don't think I've ever experienced that in a Final Fantasy game.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to
Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then
Probably
what
doesn't
becomes
even
of
think he
us?
has to.
Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. a rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound!
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you!
I like his character
What
model.
our country needs is power!
I don't know, he looks kind of cool.
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Krauss. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Wow, Gallica.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Come on, big and tall. Show them all.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Poor kid.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
What rules are those?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
Born ready.
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
What is that?
A land runner? It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
I like that little rabbit person.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. Bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Bet your ass.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Yeah, we haven't met this guy yet. What the hell is this thing?
So fast!
A land
Hold on to
runner?
something or I'll get blown up!
It's like it's actually got legs.
It's incredible!
It is incredible. I want to get a full look at this thing. Do we get to control it running around the outer world? I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Alright. Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You are just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now? I'm with you, Gallica. We want to go to a place called Martira. Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south. Alright, so we got lots of campfire spots.
This place here.
Wow!
Down to Martira, eh? On this craft's legs, oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about. 4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than our carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed.
Spectacular!
Bally good. Now cinch those breeches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira, Old Castletown.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Fuck! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
I like our pilot.
Ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's the only answer to
You've a
that.
good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
The world is our
certainly are a different
shellfish.
person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuris. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
To say the least. I like him. Maybe it's because I used to be a machinist.
Neuris? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
Pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuris, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
Yeah, it looks like he might have gone a little overboard, huh?
You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable!
He's my favorite now.
I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah. You guys are free in the chat to back seat. Tell me which ones to choose and
deal
whatnot.
with it if we have to.
Either way,
Just
he
let
knows
me
the prince
know.
is alive.
Everybody's been pretty
So
quiet
we can't just
tonight.
leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
Not gonna say it's perfect. It doesn't sound impossible. I guess that leaves I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all.
Absolutely.
The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto! Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the Gauntlet Runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like
I think he's my favorite now.
We'll get used to him, I suppose.
He took Stroll's place. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around.
Oh, yeah?
Alright. I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kind of want to see what the engine room looks like. Well, let's see how we get there. Looks like that's the bedroom. This is the back deck. Engine room corridor. There's more. I do think we should talk to more, though. Maybe we'll... I remember him saying that, we had to meet somebody who was like a machinist type or an inventor type or something. We would get another archetype. I don't remember anything saying that, you know, anything improved, but maybe it's worth talking to him.
Where was I?
Maybe we'll get the gunner archetype. That'd be pretty sweet.
Ah, how good of you to come.
My assignment was for you to learn the gunner, but it seems you're still
Counting
working
on you.
on that. Okay, someone more mechanically minded. Alright, so we probably have to just kind of
You'll come again,
keep talking
won't
our
you?
way through this.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run. First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like the pipe's in here too. Called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I've heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be, you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast made from zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. I mean, that technically is us. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. By the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Okay. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing room. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Okay. So she said we should bed down. I feel like I got lost already. Want to use the washing machine?
This?
It's Nora's homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind, too. Okay, doing laundry will take my mind off things, increasing my max MP. Yeah,
Understood.
not now. I don't want to, like, waste a day or something like that. Central corridor?
Speaking of...
Nora said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, you fancy a meal. I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill. But Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Alright. So we'll go find Stroll. Stroll, you're gonna cook for us, huh? Looks like he's taking a nap. Oh, I feel drunk. Oh man, yeah, this thing's probably really, really bouncy, actually. Don't you vomit here. I feel like that's probably the wrong answer, but it seems like the right answer.
Sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but this, it's another beast. It seems I'll need to learn to endure it. Alright, so it doesn't seem like Stroll's gonna be cooking anything. And we don't want him to cook. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. The ultimate culinary masterpiece. Steak à pois with heavily buttered mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah, I think that's what the ultimate culinary masterpiece is. Yep, French pepper sauce steak. Alright, there are some ingredients here. Maybe Nuris went shopping. Ooh, Bidooby. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us their culinary specialty. It does seem like the game's kind of pushing us to do something, so yeah, let's cook. Restores. Do we have to eat it right now, though? Because restores 400 HP and cures burn for one ally. Yeah, I just don't feel like we need that right now, right? Like, I wouldn't want to make that and then Do we have to eat it right now, or do we take it with us? I'm kind of confused. I think I'd rather do the washing machine and get more magic. Especially since, like, we run out of that really fast, actually. I probably overused the archetypes, is probably the problem.
Understood.
Alright. Someone else's laundry is in here? Oh my god, the story of my life. The story of my life. I'll go get them, and they can do laundry with us.
Now then.
All of our characters only have one outfit. What are we gonna do when we wash our clothes? We all hang around naked together? You've got to keep the water at a consistent temperature to avoid staining the clothing. Of course, Stroll, the the highborn kind of guy. Of course he would be the one a little worried about getting his shirt stained. Why am I a master of laundry, you ask? Because my parents practically beat it into me. Any noble who can't wash his own clothes isn't worth the fabric he wears. Or something to that effect. I had to learn all about different materials. In hindsight, I think they were trying to teach me not to take advantage of my title. A wisdom that still serves me to this day. The more time that passes, the more I understand how great my parents were. Alright. I did laundry as Stroll extolled the virtues of clean clothes. With mind and body refreshed, I feel my max MP has increased. By 3? That's it? By 3? I was hoping it would be like 20 or something. I also found some money in the washing machine. It must have gotten mixed up in the laundry. Well, it's not mine, I don't think. Why don't you just hold on to it? We only got 3 MP, but we found that much money in the laundry. It's kind of funny.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
At night, the vast wilderness outside town is in scorn and darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual. But you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Martira. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? I want to hear more of this guy's stories.
Thoughts?
Oh, how was the ride? Smooth as butter? Luxurious as a palace? Awe-inspiring? Tear-jerking? I'm gonna go with absolutely. I mean, this ride is sick. Hi! My wife just got home. Alright. This runner is such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly. But that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better get your 40 winks.
Hey.
You looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get, and I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Stroll, maybe I can hone my imagination. Should I spend time talking Stroll? Yeah.
Now then.
So next up is Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you. We went over the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past.
Speaking of
which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? They lost to a greater power.
What's that about? Oh, I see.
Perhaps it stands to reason that no matter how powerful you may feel, there exists a power to bring you to your knees. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though, all this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there? I felt my imagination grow.
All right.
Oh, I did get my wisdom to 2. I think my next closest one is maybe tolerance? I guess courage is still looking kind of weak. Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. I am liking this game more and more. I really am. Every time I play, every session, every stream, I really start kind of feeling the game more and more. So yeah, we'll be streaming every Tuesday, every Thursday. I have it set for 6 to 9, but like today I tried to jump on at 5 so I can get to bed a little earlier. And I might go do that going forward.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
And Saturday nights, same time. Good morning. Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I feared, considering how tiny they are. But I got a question for you of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through this desert this fast. But just keep an eye on the road, okay, Nurse? We'll arrive in Martira in 2 days, huh? Alright.
Well met.
Rice, you've come at the perfect moment. I was just thinking I'd ponder some battle strategies. Over my game board, an abstract game of military tactics, you see. Care to indulge me in a round? I mean, my wisdom's already up kind of high.
Well then.
I'm gonna see what Stroll's offering first.
Hey.
Hey, Rice, good timing. I was just about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you've got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. I do need courage. I think I might have to hang out with Stroll. Yep. My courage is like the lowest virtue right now, so... yeah, we should probably work to bring that up a little bit. Yeah, sorry, Hulkenberg. Sorry.
Now then.
Right. Let's have a look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. Not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey!
How about you? I shared my plan, let's hear yours. What'll you do when the fight's over? What's the most virtuous thing to say here? I think I think it's pretty admirable to what Stroll's trying to do here. So I think I should say I want to help him. Ha! Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it. To tell you the truth. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid the country of monsters, not leave it to the spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Lewis. We'll fight for change. Corruption is everywhere. We'll fight for change.
Look at that. Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You've resolved to stand on the front lines of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Ha! Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know. To act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I just do whatever. No. I gotta be the leader, right? Everybody's calling me the captain, so I gotta lead. So if I say I waver sometimes, that must put a little bit of a doubt into their minds. So I have to be. I do what I must.
Yeah.
Right.
Easier said than done. I get so fixated on the past, I lose sight of the present sometimes. You always look forward, and that's what I envy about you. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices. But so is the one being chosen. I wonder who will end up being after all.
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up.
All right.
Ooh, all right. I wonder if all the questions that get asked during that session, I wonder if answering them correctly gets you a better, score at the end to build that virtue. Because I've definitely seen other ones rise up, but very, very slightly. And yeah, I wonder if that's part of the mechanic. I wonder if they do that in the Persona games too. From what I understand, it's pretty much like the same
could stop for a
system.
break.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Ooh.
Wow.
That is a pretty tree.
That's...
It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magma in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magma. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery.
Hey.
Wow, Nerus. How did you get so good at drawing? Yeah! Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished. Here, take it as a keepsake. You're giving it to me. Are you sure I can have this? Yeah. Yes, of course. I already committed it all to the safety of my mind. I have no need for the sketch itself anymore. It's got a photographic memory, I guess. Tree of Prophecy drawing. Wonder how much that goes for in the shop. Just kidding.
Hey there!
Hey, why don't you give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey. And we could tell her a story about this place. It's a good idea.
Huh?
A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends.
All right.
Wisdom.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
We'll be in Martira the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Martira is.
well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. The idea appeals. Might we talk a bit? Imagination?
Be well.
Let's see what Stroll's offering. I don't know how to bring up, actually, where I can see my current virtues. I think I saw it. Royal Virtues. So, I could use some Eloquence, I think, next. It's probably my lowest. Let's see what Stroll's got. Grand Trad could dazzle even the darkest night. Out here, you could barely see the horizon. It's a comforting reminder of home, if I'm honest. I just couldn't appreciate it from the swaying Gauntlet Runner. Yeah. Feeling better. I almost envy Hulkenberg's ability to eat anything, anytime, anywhere. I haven't always been this weak, but the swaying takes me back to times I'd sooner forget. After I lost my home, I was tossed between relatives, and each time it began with an agonizing journey and a rocking carriage. I suppose that's why I find my mind drifting to Halia. I often wonder how the people who survived are faring now.
Well met.
Alright, we'll spend time with Hulkenberg and get some imagination. This power we've awoken to, it's all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's bizarre. I've never seen armor like that. True, the designs do set them apart, but it was not their actual appearance I meant to ask about. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is sad people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for so long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We'd do well to practice diligence, maintaining our food reserves.
All right.
Almost rank 2. It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you. And then we'll talk about that battle strategy.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
This just makes me smile.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
Uh-oh.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
What's a cannonade?
My star is rising!
Ooh, it's this asshole.
Sanctism will reign!
It's them.
Ooh, they're duking it out.
Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? I'll let you guys backseat this one. I'm down for either. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Alright. I think helping out Glodell is probably the better course of action.
Let's give Glodell a hand here. Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Glodell's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
He did.
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay, then it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Glodell. Who goes there? Why do you stand with Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That corner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Alright, looks like we'll actually get to fight something this stream.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Oleg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
Petrification magic.
No holding back!
Perhaps not.
Let's do this!
It's not working!
Magic!
Let's stay calm.
Attack Godot!
Oh yeah, we can't attack Godot.
Heal it!
We can attack the other ones, right?
Light!
Observe the enemy. Come!
Resist.
Burn!
Resistance is futile!
What could you hope to achieve? I won't lose.
He knows we can't attack him.
I'll cut you down!
I will freeze!
I shall show you what
Looks like
true
they
magic
resist,
is.
like, everything.
Join with me! No, not this.
For all that we strive for!
What items do I have? Anything good?
No sense in waste.
Mate!
Not this one.
Let's go!
What could you hope to achieve?
Take this!
Captain's hurt bad! Let's get him some healing!
Damn it!
The captain's on his last leg!
Are you prepared?
Someone, get him healed up!
Hack and slash!
Captain, they've got your defenses
Light is
down!
power!
We're all good.
We can do this!
Calm down, Gallica.
Thank you.
I owe you.
I shall show you.
Mate! Oh, bolts of lightning!
Insolent heathens! I would lose nothing. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers.
Oh my god. Alright.
Only a flesh wound.
Take this!
Here they don't have the right setup
Captain,
for
they've
this.
got your defenses
I shall
down.
vanquish evil.
If we turn back the clock, I've never tried this yet. I wonder if it lets us like go to academia and change stuff around. But I guess we have to keep trying.
The path.
Healer! With healing power.
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
I step with blade in hand.
Sanctism will reign!
Oh!
This is God's judgment!
Hard. Someone heal her.
Sanctism will reign!
Focus down. Get her back up.
Still take this.
Not like this. Someone help it back up.
Alright.
Don't forget about the petrification magic.
No. Oh no.
Let's do this! Not the right move. I call upon royal power within!
Yeah, I think we're kind of screwed, huh?
Hack and slash!
Behold
Let's go!
my power!
Is there another way? To the rear guard.
Let's just go back here maybe and...
The next one's yours.
Is everyone all right? I'm stepping back. Let justice prevail. Burst forth!
Prostrate yourself before
Warrior!
God!
I'll cut you down!
Sanctism is supreme!
Oh, please!
This is God's judgment!
That's all.
What could you hope to achieve?
What?
Come at me!
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
I owe you.
I shall come.
Oh, bolts of lightning!
Now,
warrior!
Hack and slash!
Let's do this. What could you hope to achieve?
Let's go. We can do this.
Twas needed.
My thanks.
Hulkenberg's
Observe
guard
me!
is down.
Burst forth!
A warrior!
I'll cut you down!
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing for the sake of... Now!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers!
I wonder how many heals he has.
Take this! Take this!
Captain,
By
he's
this
got your
power.
defenses down.
We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
Helpful as ever.
You disgrace the
Mate!
Sanctus way.
Oh, bolts of lightning!
I will usher you to his side. Sanctism will reign!
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll. Captain,
Come
he's got
forth,
your
royal
defenses
soul.
down.
We can do this.
Just keep healing.
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
That's what he's doing.
Witness me, brethren!
Freeze!
You
Are you
disgrace the
prepared?
Sanctus
Hack and
way.
slash!
Sanctism will reign!
Please!
Ridiculous. Badly wounded. Can anyone
I
heal
won't
him?
lose.
Stroll can't take any more. Someone
Trust me.
I owe you.
Let justice prevail! Oh, shards of ice!
No holding back!
I feel like once we wither this guy down,
will
there's only that one healing spell from the main guy.
Take this!
We're all badly wounded.
Take
Can
this!
anyone heal him?
Oh, no.
Wasn't enough.
Someone get him back on his feet!
Yeah, we've got something for this, right?
Let's try this.
At least we'll see another day.
From our provisions!
Helpful as ever.
Take this!
Only a flesh wound. Oh!
Take this!
Look out! This is nothing.
It's gonna be a long battle, huh?
Hulkenberg's badly wounded.
easily.
Someone heal her! Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you down.
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight!
We
This
got
should
one
work.
more revival.
My spirit
Witness
is
the power of
unbroken.
Saxonism!
Hulkenberg's
still
badly
stands.
wounded! Someone heal her!
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
Kneel before him!
Missed. Hard. Dear God.
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight! Right on target!
Let's go. We can do this.
My thanks.
I will usher you to his side.
Passion slash.
This can't
Be done yet.
Sanctism will reign! Take this! Take this!
Oh, please.
Captain's hurt
I
bad!
will now.
Let's get him some healing!
I won't hold back. We're not out of this yet.
I owe you.
Hulkenberg's
No
down!
holding back.
Someone help her get back in the fight!
Yes. Alright, one down.
Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Don't underestimate me.
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight!
We can do this.
Helpful as ever.
I wish there was a way to silence Gallica, though, because she is very annoying.
I'll save this.
Warrior!
I'll cut you down.
Sanctism is supreme! Sanctism will reign!
Oh, please.
Are you telling me that...
Oh,
Badly wounded! Can anyone heal him?
Healer! With healing power.
I owe you.
Hulkenberg's
In the
down!
name of
Someone help her get back in the fight!
the power of God.
Let's go! Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Don't underestimate me.
Hulkenberg's down!
Let's go.
Someone help her get back in the fight!
I don't think I have anything like that. Yeah, I don't have anything that get them up.
Flare!
I can't afford to hold back. This calls for one of these.
Sanctism will reign! Take this!
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get
I
back
won't
in the
hold
fight!
back. We're not out of this yet.
It's gonna be a long fight, huh?
Helpful as ever.
Witness me, brethren!
Let's make an end of it. No.
Oh, I can't do that one.
Take this! Take this!
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight!
Ice!
They hit their weakness!
In the name of
That's
justice!
your opening,
Found a
Captain.
weakness.
This should work!
Thanks. Let's stay calm.
I won't hold back!
Freeze!
Captain!
In the name, are you prepared? No, not this. Burn to earth! Sanctism will reign! Please!
This guy was actually kind of tough.
Take this! Oh, you've done it!
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
With healing power!
My thanks!
Hulkenberg's
In the
down.
name of justice!
Someone help her get back in the fight!
This calls for one of these. Take this! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's down!
Healer!
Someone help her get back in the fight!
Ice!
You hit their
Damn
weakness!
you.
That's your opening, Captain!
Let's try this.
It's really important to have the right archetypes on, huh?
Let's go! Freeze!
I mean, I didn't realize that this other guy was not weak to magic.
No holding back!
Kind of my fault.
Hack and slash!
So, the faithful are broken before you. Yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
You put it out of commission.
Nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here!
We're not gonna have to fight him too, are we? Because I am not prepared for that.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I guess you live to see another day.
I guess you survived this time.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of?
Like Liddell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. But consider me chastened and shoot. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
She sure is.
But that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had the hidden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of Scroop, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
What's this now?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Luis.
My Lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladale got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
Do I lie and say we're your supporters? Take a wild guess. I'm a candidate. I'm a candidate.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
To help save the prince, I mean, that would definitely give it away that I know the prince is still alive. To help you, Count Louis, to become king. Oh, this is a hard one. Hank, what do I tell this fool? One, two, or three? I think I should just tell him the truth. I should spit right in his face. Here I am, Louis. I'm low on magic. Now's your chance. Wipe me out before the end of the game.
Hey, I know you want to get this right, but this is no time to get lost in thought.
I want to help you, Count Louis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of swordhounds.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Louis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, Louis.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Guy yells at his dog. What a dick.
It's so soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
We do have to raise our bond with him.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see. She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort. But somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
This one's important.
An old inventor Nurse once knew is living in Camiro, a village near Martira. He may be able to tell us more about the relic he once showed Nurse.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. The carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Artira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gamble was the right move.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Crigante Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's ally suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them. I mean, some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
But surely all fights have casualties.
I suppose. There is truth in that.
Hey, read the room, will ya?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Marble innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
What is with that smile? Not you too.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but to business.
Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And do you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
Let's see here.
It's your call.
Let's see here.
There's a...
Let's see.
Here's all right.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go up and around.
Let's see here.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Ooh. Hopefully no more larvae.
This is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those words. Now, please, dig it.
Oh, the squishing sound.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honorable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
It's been a while.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, this is probably a good spot to leave off. We're a little bit short of a 3-hour stream here, but it is probably a good spot to save and
what now?
Continue on next time. System save. We'll record a new time slot here. Where are we at? 14 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah. So, that was kind of a... I mean, that was a good stream. It was good fun, you know, part of the game to play. There wasn't as much gameplay. It definitely has its lots of gameplay, lots of story, lots of gameplay, lots of story. So, I mean, it's back and forth. I'm assuming that the next stream we'll probably still be doing some stuff in town. We'll be doing some story stuff. And then I take it there's going to be some kind of travel session to get through the sandworm dunes or whatnot. And then there'll probably be some kind of dungeon to get through. So yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be fun. I did enjoy the dungeon, even though it was really long. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday, streaming again. If you enjoyed the video, I know there was people that popped in here and there throughout the stream. Everybody was pretty quiet in the chat. Usually Hank chats a lot. Even he was kind of quiet tonight. But, you know, if you'd like to come back and watch the next part, we'll be back on Thursday, 5 to 8 or 6 to 9. One or the other. We'll be doing either one. Preferably 5. And then we do Saturdays as well. So, yeah, if you're interested, give a follow. Come join the chat. I actually would really love it if people backseated more. There's a lot of story elements where you kind of pick your dialogue that you want to do. And I think it would be fun to have the chat kind of do that. So, yeah, all these go up on YouTube after, so I have a whole mess of them saved there to watch through. What else is there? Well, I think that's it. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back on Thursday. Later.